I see a lot of people on the Instagram going on about the film look and how you can achieve it, and download my LUTs and get my preset and buy my boof pack. Like, dude, shut up. Like, you wanna know the easiest way to get the film look? It's fucking shoot film, dude. It's so straightforward, very simple. It's not hard. You drop $5,000 on a camera to put out dog shit film-like edits instead of buying a $20 thrift store camera and a $10 roll of Fuji 400. Get over yourself, all right? So that's actually not the point of the video at all. The point of today's video is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna be going over all of my favorite photos from this past year that I've shot on film. I guess a lot of people on YouTube don't really know, like, at the end of my videos, I sometimes have like a bunch of photos. It's like a little like mini slideshow thing. Those are all shot on film, excluding the most recent villains trip, just because I was so broke and I wanted to see what my camera could actually do in terms of photos, just to see how good it would look. Everything on my channel is shot on a ZV-E10. Not the greatest camera, but I wanted to just try it. So anyways, we're gonna be going over some like real film photos. So starting off with Fujifilm's Aurora 800. This photo, I really like this one, honestly. This was taken when I think this is downtown Akihabara. Oh, it 100% is. Yeah. So this is like a 15-minute walk from the apartment. I really like the leading lines. I really like the Toyota Century dead center in the photo. I like these two guys. I don't know if they're friends. I just kind of walked out in the middle of this street and took this photo and kind of hoped that no one, you know. This was shot with my Minolta XT11 with a 28-70. I don't know, the focal length here is obviously somewhere in between that range. I know, it's super specific, right? I'm so good at this. Yeah, I really like this photo. I really like the colors. Aurora 800 is actually a fantastic film. I'm noticing a lot of blue tones in this. You don't normally get that from Aurora 800. In this case, I did kind of get a cooler tone. I do really like on the building on the top left here, the slight halations that you get off the building. Very nice. I don't mind the colors. I like that the yellow tones are a little bit muted on those buildings on the top left as well. A second one here, this was in not Shinjuku, I can't remember where this was. Well, it's the Liberty Walk store. This is really cool. The editing could have been nicer. I'm not big on editing my film photos. I try not to like doctor them up too much. I kind of like to let them breathe. Not in like a douchey purist way, but I like to just let them breathe because I want to let them do their thing. Liberty Walk FDR X7, very beautiful car. I like this person on the right too that's kind of walking into the frame. I like the sense of motion that it adds, you know, like that this was like a real moment that was moving and happening. And I do like those kinds of senses of motion, like when you can have things like that incorporated in your photos. So yeah, Liberty Walk store photo. Not bad, it's all right. This one's a little bit better, a little bit more clear in terms of like encapsulating, you know, the subject being the car. This is a little bit of a better angle. Yeah, another nice, pretty cool photo. So this was in Cornell. This next one here is Dale Caleb Chauncey's car. I really like the framing on this car. I really like that it's shot, I believe I shot this at like f4. I mean, it looks like it. The depth of field isn't that, or no, this might be closer to like, this might be a little lower, but I really like the very subtle halation you get off of Aurora 800. You can see it off the taillights. I mean, it's like barely there, but it is there. Very beautiful film stock. The way it renders greens is really nice. I mean, I know for a fact that at this, like, it was overcast at this moment during, I think this was Saturday night, we were doing this little photo shoot. A lot of these photos, I have videos of these events and things like that. So this was the Quinnell weaponized documentary while I was shooting that. But yeah, really like the way that Aurora 800 renders greens, especially during overcast. Like it has like a certain richness that, I mean, it can be replicated, I'm sure, with a lot of Fuji stocks, but from my experience with Aurora 800, it's very true to greens without having an entire white balance shift the way a lot of Fuji films can be, like, you know, Fuji 400, the standard 400, like the cheap stuff, as well as Superior 400 and Extra and things like that. So moving on here, we have another Quinnell shot of all three cars lined up, looking incredible. Very nice cars. Yeah, this capture event was a lot of fun. This is another great example of the way it renders greens. Obviously, you know, these cars are green, background's green, everything's green. The saturation that it has on the right side of the frame in those trees, and then the haziness it has in the kind of the middle of the background, and how it kind of bellows over to yellow. I like the background trees, how they kind of go from like a saturated green to like a bluish haze in the middle, and then to a yellowness in the grass on the left side there. It accentuates the cars, you know, it looks really good, I think, just because, you know, the cars are like this nice, deep, lush forest green. I believe it's a Toyota paint code, actually, but very lush green. And then obviously the Caribou beer can weaponized incompetence logos in like a rich yellow. So glad those cars didn't turn out like a piss yellow. That would have been pretty bad, but very lush, very rich. And moving on, this one is an absolute wild card. I underexposed this shot, but the way the sky looked is bonkers. And it's kind of like, it's not really a word, but it's kind of a painterly sort of photo. I really enjoy that. I really like how wild it looks. I like that Colton is just kind of like caught in the crossfire here on the bottom left. But yeah, sick photo. Like, it exposed like really well, like super punchy contrast. When I overexpose a lot of my film, so I think this might have been like a proper perfect exposure, like in terms of my XD11's light meter. So far this has all been shot on the XD11, either with a 28-70 or a f2 50mm. Only two lenses I use on that camera. I love that camera. That's the camera I shoot everything on in terms of film. Crazy photo, like in terms of contrast. Like this is straight out of development. This is not touched up or really like, I mean, it's obviously edited, but it's yeah, it's not like doctored or anything like that. That's gonna wrap it up for Aurora 800. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh dude, my mic just broke. That's crazy. So this is like the Goodnight Media budget. People keep asking like the type of gear I use, like how expensive. This is like the bottom of my mic. Just talking into it broke my mic. Don't spend money on gear until it's absolutely required. Don't be that guy. The gear doesn't make the art. You're the artist. It's your job to make the art. The gear is just a tool to get you there. I'm gonna end my rant right there. And we're gonna go to Cinestill 800T. Obviously every like super cool hot boy's favorite film stock. So we're gonna start off with this 500 yen off shot that I got. This would have also been in downtown Akihabara. I did a lot of like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. like drunk walks. This photo has been cropped in a little bit because I was holding the camera like not straight. I must have like been drinking enough to get rid of the shakes, because I know that this was shot at his 60th, but there's a few photos that I shot while I was there at a 30th, which I normally almost always fuck up. But for some reason, just walking around blasted in Tokyo, I was rifling off 30th shutters like no problem at all. This photo, I really like the emptiness of it. I really like the gradient that's on the garage door just under this massive neon sign. It would have been cool to have a subject in front of that garage door, someone walking by, but dude, this was shot at like 2-3 in the morning. I don't think anyone would have been walking by, and even if someone was, they probably wouldn't have wanted a new profile picture. So yeah, I like the halation off the sign too. Typically with 800T you would see like a lot more halation than you see in this photo. I really like the way the yellow just engulfs that whole sidewalk there in front of the garage, and then as well like the billboard above it with, I don't know what it's showing. It's showing like a city skyline and clouds and stuff. I don't know, it's a pleasing photo for me to look at, even though, you know, I'm not like the most kick-ass photographer. But I mean, there's some bangers in here, don't get me wrong, but these are just photos. I sorted through all of them and these are the ones that caught my eye the most. Okay, so this photo, this is down to Vancouver actually, this was probably pretty close to around a year ago. I went on a night walk with my boy Zach just to shoot some film, because it was just like, dude, super foggy, like all throughout the lower mainland of Vancouver. So we were like, yo, we gotta bang out some, like, we had some Mr. Negative 700S, 800T, just shit that halates like a motherfucker. And, you know, just tungsten balance film. So we go down there and we're ripping around and walking and finding cool different spots to shoot. And I found this shot in front of the Vogue and the Roxy that honestly, this is probably one of the best photos I've taken. And I mean, that goes to show I'm not a great like crazy photographer, but this one, I don't know, it gives such like, I hate to be that guy, but this shot is so nostalgic. It really makes me like feel like it's a shot from the 70s. The only problem is all the vehicles in this shot are like newer than 2010. Like, I like to pretend in my head that this shot has like this car like up front and center that's a little bit blurry. If it was like a swagged out like Lincoln Continental, and then there's just like a couple like Eldorados and like El Caminos and like other L whatevers in the background, that would have been sick. But yeah, honestly, love the framing of this shot. Super proud that I actually got the shot straight. I didn't need to crop this. That Orpheum sun is like bang on, level, straight up. I think as well that it's a good thing that I shot this vertical. Like, this is a very aesthetically pleasing vertical photo, which vertical photos I find are a little bit harder to pull off like well than horizontal, just because, you know, our eyes are not programmed to be vertical. But yeah, very nice photo. This one I know is shot on my Pentax Super program with an SMC Takumar 1.7 lens. I'll have some cool B-roll for that as well. Next up here, we got our boy Zach in front of the Max coffee machine. We lived off this stuff in while we were in Tokyo. I just think this photo is particularly funny. I don't know. It's nothing insane. I just wanted to throw it in there because like Zach's looking pretty dope, fresh, and swagged out. Here is at, I believe this was the Printing S5 year, which I have a video of. I just didn't really, I think I got the film developed like well after I wanted to drop that video, so these photos weren't in that video, but I think this is the cover photo on my YouTube channel right now too. Love this photo. Another shot, Dale's car. That thing is so damn low. It looks so good. Yeah, all around, good vibes. I mean, what can I say? 800T, it just makes things look good. Even if you're not that great of a photographer, you only have to spend $100 million a roll. But yeah, very nice photo. I like it. I like that it's even. I wish there wasn't so much dead space on the ground. I wish I just tilted the camera up and had more of the sky in it rather than all this dead space of the pavement. But otherwise, like, good photo. I think that it's really easy to put your subject just in the middle of the photo, especially when it's a passing moment like this. This is when Dale was leaving. It would have been better to pull focus and then just tilt the camera up and just put the horizon, like the horizon of this building at the top, in the middle of the frame, and then just have a bunch of dead sky space. I think that would have looked a little bit cooler than this pavement. But moving on, I mean, Chris in the Goodnight Media hoodie kind of goes hard, but not much to really say about it. I don't think I meant to put that in there, but that's in there. This photo I love. So this is Eric at the Printing S5 year, flipping me off because I probably said something really stupid. He's got that shit-eating grin. I am kind of impressed myself that I was able to pull focus because I know I had been drinking that night. I know that this is the XD11 shot at f2 at the 50. I just love that the bird is out of focus, but it's clearly, I love this photo. Very wholesome photo. Encapsulates Eric very well. Next up, this one's sick. I like the trio of cars here. I think it would have been cooler if we had Andy's car in there, but we got Chris, Dale, and Reed from Rude Boy Customs. I believe that's his Skyline. Very cool. I like that I pulled focus and like really pushed Reed's car to be in focus, because Lord knows I'm gonna have, you know, I have hundreds of photos and videos of the weaponized cars, but I love that Skyline. Very beautiful car. Shouts out Reed. Never actually met him, but been around a lot of the same people and really, really like admire his fab work. Moving on, we have this photo from Quinnell. So this is Saul Goodman and James brushing their teeth at Quinnell. So I like this photo because it really encapsulates like how nostalgic film can feel, and it also shows how good that Cinestill 800T can be in daylight. Like, this is a tungsten balanced film, and it doesn't look bad. Like, it actually looks like pretty flattering. I really like how backlit it is, and I like how crisp and clear it is, especially for an 800 speed film. Like, there's really not much grain in this photo. It actually ended up turning out like much better than I thought it would. So moving on, this is again back at Quinnell. This was on the way back at the Airbnb we stopped at. I really like this photo. This is the dock where we went swimming and we had a bunch of drinks, and I'm sure you're seeing a pattern here. Yeah, this last summer was just one big party. Yeah, I really like the shot. The dock is obviously a little bit overexposed, but I don't think it does it an injustice. I think it actually looks really good. I love how blue the water is. It's kind of like an aquamarine sort of tone with that desaturation. But you really can see that it's tungsten balanced in this photo, especially in the leaves on the trees there. Those leaves were green. They were not this blue looking. So, and I mean, especially in like the skin tones, you can see how just like white everyone looks, you know? So yeah, I really like this photo. Really like the framing. I like that it's a little bit off kilter, but it kind of does it justice. But yeah, very nice photo. Moving on, we have Saul being nonchalant. I love this photo. So sick. He asked me for a photo of him with his S13, and I got one, and the photo it turned out okay, but it was like very much like looking directly at the camera, not very like artsy or cool. This one I tried to catch like an actual candid of him, and with the circle glasses, and like Saul is a vibe. He's like one of the coolest people. He makes the joke about being like, oh yeah, dude, I'm like super nonchalant, but he kind of actually is really nonchalant. It's really funny. Sick photo. Really like the framing. Really like how like Saul just looks like the coolest person in the world. Like Lennon vibes here, except it's like John Lennon in an S13. Kind of sick. So this is back in Akihabara. This was shot, I know for a fact, XD11, f250mm prime, R34 GTR. Super sick photo. Like this is like one of the few where I look at, I'm like, god damn, like this is like I cooked on this one. So very, very proud of this photo. Yeah, I like that homie's just chilling in the car too. Yeah, my bad, dude. I don't think I saw he was in there. I think I was just cranking 90s on Fortnite, and I was just like, yeah, dude, I gotta get this photo. So very nice photo. I like the bridge over top. I like how blasted and overexposed the buildings are in the background. Very clean framing. I like the tree on the right side as well, the way it frames it with the bridge, and really proud of this photo. I hope you notice that this isn't so much of like oh, I'm like the best photographer or anything like that. This is more of just like a chill way for me to show you some of my other work and where I'm at with film photography, because I would really like to open up this channel a little bit more to the art side of photography and framing, composition and editing and color grading, things like that. Because while I'm not an expert on this stuff, I think that I've reached a stage where some of my opinions are valid, and I think that I can actually offer a little bit of help for people getting started. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, dude, I'm the fucking best. It's like, dude, I shoot an HLG on a ZV-E10. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, why haven't I won a short film award? Yeah, we have this really cool shot from Narita as well. This was right before we were boarding our flight to come home. This guy jaywalking across the street. I was legally crossing the street to take this photo. I just saw my chance, and I got lucky that the sign actually said I could walk. Took this photo, this guy jaywalking. And very proud of this photo. I think another film stock would have done better, to be honest. I think a Kodak 200 stock or something warmer, even the oh so hailed and almighty Portra 400 would have done better. You know, put some of the blue in the sky, because you know, this was a nice day. This was a nice day. I probably could edit this to make the white balance actually proper, because I know the railings on that bridge in the middle are actually like a true red. Yeah, cool photo. Cool photo of someone breaking the law in Japan. So this was a kind of a weird shot that I just kind of tried. This train was empty on the way back, and I just wanted to get a photo of the Surikawa. I think that's what it is. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, I thought this photo was kind of cool. I thought the framing was cool. I was kind of just like banking on like, oh, 800T, give me halation. And it didn't, and it actually worked out really well. Too much halation on this photo probably would have ruined it, but I really like the isolation of it. You know, there's no, it's not a photo of people. It's just a photo of framing, and I like shapes a lot. I like isolated figures and things like that. So that is gonna carry us through of the 800T. We will be moving on to the oh so cheapo standard Fuji 400. I only have a few photos of this, but I think they're worth having a look at. This one here is pretty cool. Pretty proud of this one. I wish the colors were a little bit more vibrant and things like that. I wish I had underexposed a little bit more to get more of the color out of the doorway. Frame within a frame, leading lines. Very nice photo for the bass player of the band I used to play in. Went on his stag. We rented like a houseboat for a weekend, or a long weekend. It was a blast, and had to bring a film camera out and take some photos, and I was pretty proud of this one. I like that there's no subject. You might notice that in a lot of my photography, at least the photography where I try, there sometimes isn't like a subject or a person or anything really happening. I kind of just like I like the framing of things, I like the colors of things, and I like painterly photos. So yeah, really proud of this one. I think this one turned out, it turned out a lot better than I thought, and I took a bunch of extras and they all kind of turned out the same. I think this one was just framed the best. Moving on next, we got our boy Jamesy. This was when we went to the wrecker to pick up more parts for the Volvo. I think he was looking for like some G parts for his G35 or something like that. He went up there to take a photo, and I was like, a photo of him taking a photo would probably go pretty hard. Indeed it did. This is another situation where I think a different stock, like a warmer stock, would have done it a little bit more justice. You know, even Ultramax would have been sick. It would have been a little bit more punchy. The shadows on the leaves in the background there and the bushes and the rust. Shadows there would have been definitely stronger, even on his clothes, and it would have just... And also, I mean, Ultramax 400 is like really punchy in the blues as well. So I think the sky would have been more accentuated and that would have turned out a little bit better. But yeah, pretty cool photo. Really like that one. Next here, ooh, yeah, we got some, so while I was in Japan, if you've seen the video, you probably know that I bought a half frame. It's like the H35, like the Kodak kind of cheapo one. I was really impressed with this camera. So I got some rolls scanned as diptychs, and then some of them I had individually scanned, and the individual scans turned out way better than a lot of people said online. Everyone online was just like, oh, it's too grainy, it's too this and that. If you're shooting a 200 stock, you're fine. You have nothing to worry about. Like, as long as you're shooting something that isn't like, don't toss like fucking 800T in a half frame or something like that. Don't be stupid. Like, if you're, you know, if you're shooting like a Fuji 400 or even a Kodak 200, like gold 200, you're gonna get pretty good results. Like, it's honestly a pretty decent camera from my experience. I know a lot of people online are just like shitting on the half frame thing, especially with like the Pentax 17 coming out. But I don't know. I really like mine. I'm pretty happy with my purchase of one. I still shoot with it. It's pretty sick. And I mean, like, come on, the economy, 72 shots on a on one roll, can't really go wrong. And I mean, when you're a guy like me, where it's like, I'm not like the most expert film photographer, yeah, I don't know, turns out pretty sick. So yeah, this is the this was the Yamanote line in Japan. This was, I can't remember where. I think this was, I can't remember where we were going or what we were doing, but catching the train somewhere. This is, okay, this is one of my favorite photos of, oh my goodness, Nick and James. I don't know, I thought, I was just trying to get a photo of my hoodie in the background, and then Nick just turned around and just mogged me, and I, to this day, this is one of the funniest photos in the world. Fucking love it. Nick's just, and I love that it really does give that like nostalgic feel to a photo. It's not really like a fancy photo. It's just, it is, and it exists, and the colors aren't great, and it's just fun. You know, it's fun, it's nostalgic, it feels old, looks old. That's gonna be it for Fuji 400. Moving on though, our next film stock, we have a really cool one. So this is Ilfocolour 400. So this was a stock that I bought in Japan and shot in Japan. So I still have a couple in the fridge. Really like this film stock. First up, we got a pretty cool controlled chaos photo of these steps and this road. And this was, I can't remember where in Tokyo this was, to be honest with you. We did so much walking. I do remember that this was the second or third day we were there, when we were just like so fired up to shoot film. Like the first day we went around walking to like different film camera stores and like, or just different camera stores and stuff like that, and picking up like, looking at different lenses and stuff like that, and weird film stocks and all sorts of stuff. And it's just so photogenic out there, and I think it's really easy to say that when it's just anywhere you haven't been. I take it for granted. I live in one of the most beautiful parts of the world, and I still feel like, oh man, I don't know where to go shoot photos. There's like nothing to shoot out here. Da-da-da-da-da. It's like, dude, I live in the lower mainland of Vancouver, British Columbia. Like, it's fucking beautiful, like everywhere you go. And I still sit around and I'm just like, there's nothing to shoot. Me. Anyways, love this photo. I really like the framing, leading lines of the road that goes under this bridge, like the staircase bridge, and then the apartments, and then the other apartments, and then the kind of other apartments attached to that. It's just crazy. And then also you have like the chaos of like the vein-like electrical lines. It's just a really cool photo, man. I wish it was a little more, wish I overexposed it a little bit more, but at the same time, I like how punchy it is. So I think, you know, if I overexposed it a little more, I would have fucked it up. It's definitely shot on my XD11 with the 2870. Really wicked shot. I think this next one, yeah. So same shot, but just like 50 feet back. You'll notice this film stock has like no saturation. Very cool. Very pronounced colors, I would say. Like reds pop, but in a dark way. It's so cool. It's a very grungy, moody film stock. But it can be quite bright and colorful, but in a more subtle way that you'll likely see in upcoming photos. This is what I mean, how the colors can be more pronounced. I mean, like, obviously the red portions of this road, they're not really like a bright red, like, but they're much more saturated than this. And then obviously the blue sky, like this is a bright sunny day. Another photo, really like it. Eric is a very photogenic guy and he doesn't even try. I don't understand it. I think it's the fits. This is a photo that I would actually consider like offering prints of, but I don't know. I don't have like a print shop or anything like that. If you want me to have a print shop, fucking comment below. Let me know. If you really like these photos, I can set up a print shop. You know, while I'm at it, like and subscribe. I'm trying to pay my rent, man. And rent ain't cheap, baby. So yeah, very cool photo. Moving on, we got this one's kind of a cool. It's a shadow group photo. Yeah, so that's the four of us in the shadows there, and there's this woman on a bicycle coming through. I really like this photo. I like how messy it is. I mean, there's the whole typical thing of like, oh, there's leading lines and there's this and that. I don't think this photo would look as good if it was a different film stock. I like the desaturated and kind of like color shifting that you're seeing. And I also kind of like that there's like a weird natural compression of colors. Like the greens are like very like 1 or 2 tone green. They're not very, they don't vary. That's a good way of putting it. That you just don't have the range of greens that you see in a lot of other film stocks, as well as the range of greens that your eyes can see. Yeah, very cool photo. Very cool film stock. Now we're gonna go to a film stock that I've only shot this one roll of. It's called Midnight 1600 by a company called Hands On Film out of Singapore. I am 99% sure that this film stock is the same stock as 800T and they just market it as a 1600 color film, because after this, I think I shot 800T. I shot it at 1600. I didn't tell the people when I got it developed, and it turned out great. It turned out very similar to how these photos turned out. Starting off with this photo on the Yamanote line, this photo is kind of wild because I know that this was shot 28mm 3.5 in a pretty fucking dark, like, I mean, it's a train station, so it's like pretty well lit, but not really lit enough for 3.5. And I remembered I was trying to be as respectful as possible. I pulled focus by actually reading the lens and looking at how many feet away she was. Wound my roll, put it down at waist height, aimed it kind of in that direction, took the shot. No one noticed, no one knew a thing. It didn't really come across. Like, I essentially tried to make it look like I was trying to fix my camera and it was like broken or acting up or something like that. And yeah, I got this shot, and the slight motion blur of the train just looks super cool. This is a shot that I'm pretty proud of, even though it's kind of a dickhead move to do. I mean, even like at the same time, I wasn't like just in people's face or anything like that. It was definitely as respectful as I could get it. Selfishly, really wanted this photo. So it turned out pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Pretty happy with that one. This next one, also very happy with this one. So this was another like 2 a.m. night walk, just hitting the conveni and getting lit. But yeah, I like the natural vignetting of the plants, kind of combining with the light, like the way the light tapers off down into the trees that are in front of it towards me taking the photo. It just kind of creates this kind of frame within a frame. This photo would have been cool without any subjects in it, but still such a cool photo. We got Eric, your boy. He's back, and he's grabbing a Max coffee. I know he's getting that Max coffee. You can like, you don't even see his eyes, but you know he's looking at the Max coffee. Also, at the top here, that real gold, or is it red gold? No, real gold. That stuff is still lit. I still get that. There's a konbini, like a proper Japanese konbini on Robson. I still go there to get it because it's just unbelievable. They also carry Max coffee, but it's in a bottle and not a can. That's good. Love this photo. The glow of the vending machine, the way it kind of hits that one little patch of Eric's face that's even in the shot. Very cool photo. Like the bloom, like the halation, you know, the film look that everyone wants. Go shoot film, dude. It's easy. I'm actually an idiot and I shoot film all the time. So yeah, get on it. Maybe midnight 1600. You know what? I was gonna say something, but I take it back. The reason it's not halating like crazy, like I mean, it has a lot of bloom, obviously, but it's not halating like crazy because it's shot at 1600 and not 800. You know, I think that it is the same film stock as 800T, 700S, the reflex, like it's the same Kodak stock. I really like this photo. I like the touch of the bicycle on the left, the person that's just leaving. I think it would have been better to take this photo like literally 2 seconds later than I did and get the person actually walking out. Yeah, we didn't eat here. Kind of wish I did, because you know what? 850 yen for a bowl of ramen is like a little bit pricey out there, which means it's probably some kick-ass ramen. Yeah, because like most ramen spots out there are like $4. This one's one of my all-time favorites from the trip. Like, it really flexes the tungsten balancing of the film stock, as well as like accentuated reds, insane halation. Like, it's just such a punchy photo, like straight off the reel. Like, it looks so good. Yeah, I'll mention it again, you know, if you want me to do prints, just comment below, tell me what photo you want, you know? Like, if you were to order a print, I'm not gonna like hold you to it, but if there's a photo that you're like, damn, you should sell that as a print, let me know. It'd be nice to have that feedback. So yeah, that's everything from the hands-on film midnight 1600. Now we go to Mr. Negative 700S, which is literally Cinestill 800T. Same Kodak film stock. It's just, this one's just from Diananda. So I only have 2 photos of this stock, but the first one is one of my favorite photos that I've taken ever, all time. So this was on the same photo walk that I went with Zach on and shot some 800T. I really like the clarity of this photo. It's kind of unreal, like the Harbor Center in downtown Vancouver. So much halation, it's like stupid. I still debate with some of my friends about whether this stock is the same as 800T, if it's the same like Kodak film stock, because 700S halates way more than any roll of 800T I've ever shot. And I've shot like 4 or 5 rolls of 700S. Every roll has been like that. And that's saying something, because like 800T like goes pretty fucking bonkers with halation. Like, look at this photo, perfect example. I mean, it's just fucking bleeding out. One of my favorite things about this photo is how it makes it look like this UFO rooftop type beat thing. It kind of looks off kilter, and it kind of looks like it's gonna fall. I think that looks pretty cool. Also in development, obviously there's the glaring thing where they kind of fucked up my developing. I probably should just start developing and scanning on my own. Honestly, I'm not even mad that they kind of spilled the developer. Or I don't know how that happens. I don't know what they did. It looks cool. I'm kind of glad it's there. I would rather there than not be there. Yeah, just the Payne's gray, like blue sky is just unreal. Also, mind you, this was that same super foggy night that you saw the photo in front of the Orpheum Vogue and Roxy with the car flying by. Same night. Yeah, just a really cool photo. This is a photo I took just on a photo walk. Just like I literally stepped out of my house, started walking, and took some photos. I like the little compost bin. I like that, like this really dead alleyway. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the grain is just fucking gnarly. So much artifacting in it, and I think it's out of focus, but you know what? I like shapes. I like shapes and colors and punchy contrast and things like that. I'm not really one to be like sitting here like, oh wow, like everything is perfect. If I wanted everything to be perfect, I would just go shoot on like a Canon. I wouldn't be shooting Sony if I wanted everything to be perfect. So that's it for 700S. We're gonna move on to Pheonix II. So Pheonix II, I wanted to just include it in here and share my experience because fucking hate this film stock, dude. Not a fan. So I shot this when I was out at Stratobash at Stratotech Park in Alberta. So this first photo, FDRX7, pretty nice. As you can tell, craziest white balancing you've ever seen in your life. And if you try to correct it, it gets infinitely worse. Yeah, it's just a bonkers film stock. I mean, it's better than the original Pheonix. Like here we have the S13 photo. It's better than the original Phoenix. Like the original Phoenix was actually so fucked, like you couldn't take any photos with it. It was just the most bonkers bullshit you'd ever look at. But yeah, I mean, it's film, you know, and it's cheap. Like if you like this, then fucking more power to you, because it's cheap, it's available, it's ready to go. Like, have at it. And then lastly, we have this photo of I thought this photo was gonna turn out really good, but it's just not, and there's nothing you can really do to correct it. This was shot on a point and shoot. Like, I only brought my Kodak i60, which is just one of those glorified shitty point and shoot cameras. It's super compressed and punchy, and it's contrasty in all the worst ways. Like, it super compresses like your shadows and then completely obliterates your highlights, while retaining like no real detail in the mid-range either. It's just an overall really frustrating, shitty film to shoot. And I hate to say that, because, you know, like, I want to like promote these companies like to make more new film stocks, because Phoenix 1 and 2 are new film stocks. They're just not good. They just didn't turn out good. I don't know. Not very impressed. Like Phoenix 1, I'm not even gonna show those photos. They're just so fucking dog shit. Moving on. It's the one. It's the only. It's every YouTuber's favorite film stock. Yeah, it's Portra 400. So there's gonna be a bunch more Japan photos on here, and yeah, I mean, this probably is gonna end up sounding like a sales ad for Portra 400, because these photos are really fucking good. So first one is a photo of our apartment. I don't think I did this on purpose, but I'm gonna pretend that I did. I really like that the angle of the roof line of our apartment kind of matches with the angle of the X of the power lines. I think that's really cool. I like that in the photo. Obviously, very nice, accurate, saturated blue, fantastic dynamic range, all the things you already know about Portra 400. Moving on to the Akihabara Bridge. That's also right beside our apartment, or was right beside like our Airbnb apartment. I'm making it sound like I own this apartment. I don't. I'm just being a dumbass, but yeah, I mean, water reflective, looks good. Leading lines, compact buildings. It looks so cool. I don't know. It looks like Lego pieces, and I really like that. Yeah, I miss being out there a lot. I can't wait to go back. We have this really cool photo. So this is a perfect example of a photo that's in motion, which I really like. I like photos that have movement within them. Yeah, I love this photo. I love how like nice the blues look. Yeah, I don't really know how to put it into words. It's just like so complicated and bustling. I like the position of this key truck. I like the positioning of it. Like, has nice rule of thirds quality. Oh, this photo. I love this photo because it feels like a breath of fresh air. I remember how cold it was when I took this photo. I remember how nice it was stepping into the sun, coming out of like a shadowed alley. It was very windy while I was there too. So like the wind would just cut right through all these alleyways. But then you step out of the alley and the wind isn't so compressed and the sun hits you. Felt really nice. The direction of lighting in this photo I think is really good. I kind of like the lack of detail on the telephone pole there. There's almost like a barrel distortion, even though I know this is shot on like, oh no, this is barrel distortion. This is shot on my 28mm. Yeah, I don't know if it's shot at 28mm, but my 28-70 on my XD11, baby. Moving on, another fantastic photo. Leading lines. This is shot at I think 70mm. I just maxed that bitch out, and this curved guardrail is just really, really cool. And then the buildings in the distance, it's just, yeah, the colors aren't like insanely like pronounced, how Portra typically is, but it still looks really cool, man. This video is pretty much just like me reviewing like all my favorite Japan photos. I'm kind of realizing, because, well, I mean, Japan is where I shot all my best photography, and I didn't really mean to. I think it was just the fact that I shot more film than I ever have when I was in Japan. And so purely like off of like odds, I shot better photos, because like I don't like, when I was there I shot like 11 rolls of film in like 10 days, like a roll of film a day, and I don't do that here. Like out here, if I shot like a roll a day for 10 days here, I'm sure I would have some pretty banging shots in there too. We have some more leading lines, alleyway photos. Another photo where it's just like you feel a sense of movement. You know, this person walking through. I like that I'm taking the photo from a very shadowed area, and it creates this like not really vignetting, but like
just this lack of light from where the camera is, and it's all backlit, reflecting off the ground that little bit, and just looks really cool. Like, very cool overcast day shot. Yo, we got this sick photo of the Scion with the police in front of him. Now, I have some like phone photo context to this. This photo is super hard, and I took an even harder phone photo of it. Yeah, this officer was like really nice. He didn't really mind that we were like taking photos. I think he understood. He saw like 4 of us with like really nice, like not really nice, but like he saw 4 of us with film cameras, and he just kind of like understood like, oh, they're just shooting photos, like whatever. So he didn't really say anything or bother us or whatever. But yeah, this photo is pretty cool. Then the next one here, pretty damn sick, dude. This wheel shot like through the shrubs onto these sick wheels. I don't know what those are. I really want to know what wheels those are. Are those cars Ford? I did not know those Scions were 4-lug. Maybe he's running adapters? It makes sense for his fitment. But this thing's bagged, just absolutely dumped. I love this photo. This photo's sick. Next one, we have a store. I don't know what kind of store this is, but I loved the red and blue sign. Actually, there's an ice cream cone in front of it. Maybe it's an ice cream shop. Should have went in. Should have went in and found out for myself. That's what I really should have done. Yeah, I love the guy on the bicycle, just like mid turn. Yeah, just the colors and the framing and the neon sign. It looks great. Great photo. Really proud of it. That's gonna be it for Portra 400. This one is gonna be our honorary mention. So this is Yashica Ruby 60s. Yashica has this line of film that's like, I think it's like Sapphire 70s, Ruby 60s, and then like Golden 80s or something like that. They're kind of like the Ilfocolour 400, where it's just like no fucking saturation of colors whatsoever. And they're supposed to give that like extra vintage vibe, which I don't know what the fuck they're on about, but it's just kind of not good. So here is 2 photos that I took on my half frame camera. So these are diptychs, and I don't know what went on in my head when I looked at the sample photos and went, yup, let's put this in a half frame. What the fuck? Like, I have another roll of this stuff because I do want to shoot it again in a proper full frame. I mean, I do really like this photo of the Tower Records. I think that's pretty cool, but yeah, just not the greatest film stock. Like, even this next photo, it's just pure aura. Just aura farming with the diptychs. Just Zach with the super dry, Eric just peeking over the shoulder, and then me being an absolute god of aura. Just the Asahi super dry and the dart. The only thing I need is a flat heel. I think that's when I was like pissed off and stressed out. I think this was when we were trying to figure out how to pay for parking after renting a car. We rented a car and went to like the Daikoku, went to the Daikoku parking lot meet, which I didn't know is in front of a police station. Crazy that they host these insane car meets, and they do it right in front of a police station, and people just bang limiter and then get everyone kicked out. It's kind of dumb, honestly. Like, it's pretty fucking stupid. The meets are sick, but it's just like, why would you show up in front of a police station, bang limiter, and then get everyone kicked out? Because the police don't actually care about the car meets that much. It's when people are like actually raising hell that they're like, okay, what the fuck? But yeah, really like these photos. Just very natural. I mean, the grain structure is gnarly on this film stock. It's like very patchy and it almost has a pattern to it. But yeah, just definitely a full frame film stock to shoot. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it, guys. Those are all the photos that I picked out for this video. So I really hope you like this video. If you would like to see me talk more about film and film stocks and stuff like that, leave a comment below. Like and subscribe, obviously. I'm going to be putting out as much content as I can. Obviously, we're in a little bit of the down season. You know, winter, not much going on in terms of the drifting world. Everyone's busy fixing their cars, which I'm going to be doing my best to document and like keep making videos. But yeah, I really would like to venture more into talking about film stocks and talking about shooting film and even editing, color grading for video stuff. And so please let me know if you guys want to see more of this. If you don't want to see more of this, that's totally fine. I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but that's totally fine. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe, and yeah, have a fantastic night.